warriors, nobody is coming to give you your life back. The years that passed while you were waiting to feel ready are gone. The opportunities that existed in the seasons you spent on comfort instead of growth are gone. The mornings you handed to distraction instead of direction are gone. The conversations you kept postponing. The work you kept meaning to start properly. The version of yourself you kept planning to become.
When the timing was finally right. All of those seasons passed and the timing never became right on its own.
Because timing does not become right on its own. It becomes right when you decide it is right. When you stop waiting for a signal from the outside that it is finally time to begin.
And you give yourself that signal from the inside right now with what you have.
In the circumstances that actually exist, rather than the perfect circumstances that were never going to arrive.
But here is what is important. The version of yourself that could have been built in the time that was spent on things that did not matter is not gone. It is waiting, still available, still entirely possible, still on the other side of a decision you have not yet made, but can make right now. The decision to stop treating time as something you have plenty of.
It's the decision to stop borrowing from the future to pay for comfort in the present.
The decision to look honestly at what is happening with the hours and to change what happens. With the hours that are still coming, the Stoics were not gentle about this. They were honest, brutally, uncomfortably, permanently honest. And their honesty, as hard as it sometimes lands, is the most genuinely useful thing that can be offered to a person who is spending the one resource. They cannot earn back on things that are not worth what they cost. 7 brutal truths.
Not comfortable ones. Not the kind that leave you feeling validated about where you are.
The kind that land hard because they are accurate. The kind that once fully heard cannot be unheard.
The kind that change not just what you do with your time, but who you understand yourself to be.
And what you understand yourself to be building with the hours you still have.
Before we begin, type this in the comments and mean it. I stop wasting time starting now.
1. You are not waiting for the right moment. You are hiding in the idea of it.
The right moment is the most effective hiding place ever invented. It requires no effort to maintain. It comes with built-in justification. It feels responsible rather than avoidant. It sounds like patience
rather than fear, and it keeps people from doing the things they most need to do for years at a time.
Without ever forcing them to honestly name what is actually happening. What is actually happening is this.
The right moment is not a real thing, it is a story. A story the part of you that is afraid
Of beginning tells to the part of you that genuinely wants to begin, and it is a very convincing story.
because it always contains a grain of truth. Timing does matter sometimes. Preparation does matter sometimes.
Conditions do affect outcomes sometimes, and so the story sounds reasonable.
It sounds like wisdom. It sounds like the kind of measured and mature thinking that separates people who succeed from people who rush in without preparation. But there is a simple test that exposes the story for what it actually is. Ask yourself honestly how long you have been waiting for this particular right moment. If the answer is months, the story is a hiding place. If the answer is years, the story is a prison. And the bars of that prison are made entirely of your own willingness to keep believing it. Here is something worth understanding about the nature of readiness. Readiness is not a feeling that arrives before action. Readiness is a feeling that arrives through action. The person who waited until they felt ready before they began
has never met the person they would have become if they had begun before they felt ready.
Because that person only exists on the other side of the beginning and not on the waiting side.
Never on the waiting side. Think about anything real you have ever built in your life.
Any skill you developed, any relationship that became meaningful, any achievement that you actually look back on with genuine satisfaction. Were you fully ready when you started? Were the conditions perfect? Was the timing ideal? Almost certainly not. You started anyway, and the starting produced the readiness
that the waiting never could have. Now ask yourself this. When you heard these words,
where exactly were you listening? Were you on the original home of this content and in this script? Because if this same voice and these same words appeared on any other channel, including speech direction, what you witnessed there was stolen work being presented as original creation. And here is why that matters.
In the context of everything we are talking about, hiding behind someone else's work is the ultimate version
of waiting for the right moment. It is choosing the shortcut over the building, the copy over the bored voice over the developed one. The Stoics had no patience for that either.
Because a person who takes what belongs to someone else, rather than building their own, is making the same choice as the person who waits for the right moment forever. They are choosing the easier option over the necessary one. And as we will discuss throughout this entire conversation, that choice always
produces a smaller version of the person making it, always, without exception.
Now, back to you, and back to the moment you are in right now, which is the only real moment available.
Seneca wrote something that has not lost a single degree of its force in 2,000 years, he said.
While we are postponing, life speeds by. While we are postponing, not while we are resting.
Not while we are genuinely preparing, while we are postponing. Life speeds by, not slows to give you the moment.